So today I'm going to show you 10 better online savings accounts than having a Wells Fargo savings. And I laugh at that because if we scroll down here and look at the ways to save savings account through Wells Fargo, no matter how much money you have in this account, you're going to earn a whopping 0.01 interest. Now, all the companies we're going to be talking about here today have a way higher yield to be able to actually earn you a little bit of money on your money. They're also all going to be FDIC insured. They're not going to have any of this monthly service fees or minimum deposits. So we're just going to kind of skip over all of that information and just focus on the high yield interest that you're going to be able to earn with these other companies. Every single one we're going to be talking about here today will be in the show notes for you. You can just go ahead and check those out as well if you want to. Those links do support out the channel, but help you get right to those pages and sometimes give you a nice little bonus for using my link. So here's the first one on the list. You can see here, this is a company called Current. You can actually get up to 4% APY on your money, which is actually the highest one on this list by far and away when it comes to earning money with an FDIC insurer. So what we want to do on this one is definitely make sure you read the fine print on this. There is a maximum of up to $6,000 you could be earning with this, but that's $6,000 earning 4%, which again is some of the highest APY you will find by far online at this current time. Again, I'll have a link for this and every other company we're going to be talking about here today in the show notes down below. You can definitely check out. Now, next up on this list is going to be with Sofi. Now, Sofi is an online bank, also again, FDIC insured, and you can actually see right over here in their banking category, 1.8 APY and no account fees, which is obviously going to be very common for a lot of online banks. So you're not going to have fees or anything else that's going to be charging you to be able to earn that high yield interest. So that way, again, you could be making a little bit of money on your money while there is some high inflation going on. Now, next up on this list is going to be with a company called M1 Finance. Now, they do have mostly an investing side of the platform, but they do also have an M1 checking, which allows you to actually earn some money on your money. And you can see right over here, it's currently APY is 1.30. But from what I know, starting in the next following month, it is actually going to be 1.7% on your money. So this is, again, going to be way higher than a lot of the traditional banks that you have. And the cool thing is, if you actually spend the money from this account with the debit card that comes with it, you can actually get 1% cash back. So if you look at that from the savings side as well as the spending side, you are getting a little bit of your money back from that. Now, next up on this list is going to be with Cit Bank. And you can see with their Savings Connect, you can get up to 1.65% APY. This one does have a minimum deposit of $100, but if we're talking about actually, putting money into a savings account to earn a little bit of a yield, $100 is most likely going to be a bare minimum that you want to be putting anyways into your accounts. Now, next up right over here, you're going to see is going to be with a company called Chime. Chime is an online bank as well, and currently they are offering you a 1% yield on your money. So that way, again, it can keep on growing. This also has zero fees. There are extra benefits you can get if you want to pay for the higher services. But as far as just earning this amount on your checking/savings account, it is just that 1% automatically for you. Now, next up is going to be one that's a little bit different for you. This one is called Bank. This one you can actually also earn up to 4% interest, but in a way different way than a traditional bank. You actually get pretty much raffle tickets every single week based off of how much money you have in there. And then every week there's going to be pretty much like almost like a Powerball. You're going to get a new number every day, and then based off of the cards you have, you're going to actually earn pretty much way more than you actually have in your account. Other times you might earn a little bit less than what the averages would be, but from as of what it's saying, you can earn about 4% on average on your money every single month and have chances to win a lot more money, which is a really cool thing as well too. This one is very unique. I actually have some videos on my channel talking about Bank, so if you want to learn more about them, make sure you check out the channel page so you can see all about it. Now, next up here is going to be with Ally Bank. Ally is a pretty popular bank. You can see it's all that purple online bank stuff. And you can see right over here, their current APY is going to be 1.25. A lot of people love Ally Bank for so many great reasons. You can see the maintenance fees, the minimum opening deposits, pretty much are going to be at the bare minimum zero. And then there's also going to be no fees on so many other things when it comes to just holding onto your money in an online account. Now, next up here is going to be with Capital One 360. Their current APY is 1.20. One of my favorite things about Capital One 360 is the fact that they actually increase their APY not just at the beginning of the following month, but sometimes they do it in the middle of the month, especially with the rate increases going on with the Federal Reserve. So I've been seeing this rate actually going up pretty substantially just from like a week-to-week basis. So they're not waiting every single month like some of the other companies do to get that new APY started. Now, next up is going to be with Discover. Discover, even though they are mainly a credit card company, they actually do have an online bank account as well available for you. And their current rate is actually 1.30. And again, same thing when it comes to fees and it comes to minimum openings, it's not going to cost you anything. You can actually see here, if let's say you had $15,000 in this account, emergency fund or whatever, saving for a house, you can actually earn about almost $200 for just having your money sitting there. Now, obviously, depending on what you're trying to do, that might be great. If maybe you're trying to invest it, maybe not so much. But in the long run, if it's just an emergency fund, making $200 is way better than, making that 0.01% like we talked about with Chase, which would have equaled that to $1.50. Now, next up on this one, similar to with Discover, American Express also does have a savings account as well, and you can see this one is currently at 1.15 APY. There are no minimums and no monthly fees as well for this one, and just like everybody else we talked about today, they are also FDIC insured. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I will have a link for you in the show notes down below for all of these different companies we talked about here today, and if you want to keep on learning more about some of these, go ahead and check out my video right over here on screen. My name is Dennis, and I want to help you in that next video.